common denominators, which is 36.
So it's 9y plus 18 plus 4 squared over 36.
Andrew, just distribute it already. It's not squared.
Oh, it's not.
Your range equation is x squared equals that.
So,
Yeah, and you can just distribute this. What? You just distribute it, and this is equal to 36 minutes. You should try 36. Because I'm in common denominator, so it's already all over 36.
Yeah.
And then I just do that.
1.
I mean,
And if p equals 1, then we come over here and I go with
because technically
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Change it.
And we go up 1. And we have a p-value of 1. And it's x squared, so x squared means like this. So we have this, and so we have a focus here, we have a directrix here. So directrix is at y equals 0. Axis of symmetry is x equals -5. Focus is at -5, 2. And direction is up. So focus, vertex, axis symmetry, direction of opening, then sketch the graph. Okay. Now down here, we need x squared plus 4x plus blank y squared plus 8y plus blank equals -11. So that's obviously going to be 4 plus 4. That's going to be 16 plus 16. So that gives me 9. That's x plus 2, the quantity squared, plus y plus 4, the quantity squared, equals 9 over 9 over 9 over 9. So the center is -2, -4. And the radius equals 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Radius is 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Check, check, graph. Yay. Next, we need the center. Center is at 2, 2. Check. Vertices, no idea. 1, 2. So there we go. I'm going to go A equals root 20. B equals root 15. So this equals about 4.5. This equals about 3.9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and some. 1, 2, 3, and some. And so this is an ellipse. And so we have these guys right here. So vertices equal 2 plus or minus root 20, 2. Covertices equal 2, 2 plus or minus root 15. We need a C value. C equals A squared plus B squared square root. So we're going to say 20 minus 15 is 5. C equals root 5, which is approximately 2.4-ish. And that's going to be in this direction. 1, 2, and a little bit. 1, 2, and a little bit. So I have foci at 2 plus or minus root 5, 2. And so I have covertices. I have focus Length of major axis. Major axis is going to be root 20 plus root 20, which equals 2 root 20. And minor axis is going to be 2 root 15. Major axis, minor axis, eccentricity. Eccentricity is C over A. So that's going to be root 5 over root 20, which if I were being super awesome would simply be 1 over 2. And so that's eccentricity. Sketch the graph, check. Next, moving on. So we end up with identify the vertices. So this is a hyperbola, and it opens up slash down, and I have a center at -4, 0. I have an A value of 2, a B value of 1, a C value of square root of 3. No, that's not right. Square root of 5, because I have 4 plus 1 equals C squared. C equals root 5. Okay, so at this point, -4, 0. I go up and down 2. I go left and right 1. I make a box. I make some asymptotes. I open it up and down. And I'm going to have some foci it's going to be -4, plus or minus root 5. So that's going to be 2 and a little bit, 2 and a little bit. There you go. And we want the length of the transverse axis. So transverse axis is going to be up and down. So transverse axis is going to be total of 4 in this case. Conjugate axis is going to be a total of 2. Check, check. Eccentricity equals C over A. So that's root 5 over 2. There you go. And eccentricity, sketch graph. Cool. Asymptotes. I need the asymptotes. Asymptotes are going to have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Well, I have a center here at y minus 0, x plus 4, and they have a slope of up 2 over 1. There you go. So plus or minus 2 over 1. There are your asymptotes. Okay. So, oops, should have shown that on there. Hyperbola opens up and down. There's the center right there. A is 2, B is 1, so therefore C is root 5. Foci go in that direction. The total transverse axis is 2A. The total conjugate axis, 2B. And then I have the eccentricity, C over A. And the asymptote is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. You take the center, and you go up over and down over. So there you go. Moving on. Let's actually solve number 5. So if x squared equals y plus 2, now I can simply say y plus 2 over 4 plus y squared over 9 equals 1, in which case that's not so bad, because I can say 36, so I got 9 parentheses y plus 2 plus 4y squared equals 1, and I get 9y plus 18 plus 4y squared equals 1. So 4y squared plus 9y minus 17. Is there any good way to do that? No. So you do opposite of b. So you got -9 plus or minus square root b squared minus 4 times a times c. That's a -17, so it's going to become positive. 2a, which is 4. So I'm going to take my calculator, and it's going to be nothing more than 81 plus 16 times 17. Answer is 353. Is that correct? Yes, 353. So -9 plus or minus root 353 all over 8. Those are my x values. That's 2 of them. Now I need to find y values. So I'm going to say y equals all of this, -9 plus or minus root 353 all over 8 minus 2. So y equals -9 over 8 plus or minus root 353 over 8 minus, now 2, if I find common denominators, that's 16 over 8. So y equals root 353 plus or minus over 8, and that's going to be minus 25 over 8. So my points are -9 plus or minus root 353 over 8, comma, plus or minus root 353 over 8 minus 25 over 8. And so that represents exactly 4 points. There you go. Now, down here, graph the indicated. So I'm going to say y squared minus 2y plus blank minus x squared plus 4x plus blank is greater than 8. Now, with that, that means I need to put a 1 in here, which means I need to add 1 over here. Ladies and gentlemen, most important thing in the world, I cannot complete the square if I have a negative in front of the x squared. So I must factor a -1 out, leaving negative times x squared minus 4x plus blank, giving me positive 4 here, but 4 times -4 is, or times -1 is -4. So this is x minus 2, the quantity squared, is greater than, let's see here, 9. You get 5. So y minus 1, the quantity squared, minus x minus 2, the quantity squared, greater than 5. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get rid of that. Let's go 1, 5, 5. Let's graph it. Here we go. Center. Center is at 2, 1, 1, 2, up 1. Great. A equals root 5. B equals root 5. C would therefore equal root 10 because it's root 5 squared plus root 5 squared equals c squared. So c equals root 10. Root 10 is approximately 3.1. Okay, so you got that. So in the A direction, I go root 5, which is about 2.4. So I go up 1, 2, and a little bit. 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 Boxy, 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 boxy. Asymptote, asymptote, asymptote. Now it opens up. All right, so it looks like this. Now, I've already kind of screwed up because this is a greater than sign, which means brr. All right, there you go. Technical problem. Asymptotes opens up. I've already screwed up because with the greater than only sign, this needs to be a dotted line. There you go, dotted line. And now the only thing I get to do is figure out, does this work in here? So let's try 0, 0. So I get -1 squared over 5 minus -2 squared over 5. Is that greater than 1? The answer is 1/5 minus 4/5. Is that greater than 1? The answer is no. So if the answer there is no, that means this doesn't work. So I shade in here. There you go. Okay. So with that, I will put all these answers online. Take a look at the time it took me to do this. I don't think it's near as long as you think it should take.